Oh my god! I was not expecting that one there. Okay. So we have another anime coming to us from Science Saru, The Ghost in the Shell. Do me a solid, make sure you leave a like on this video, share your support, subscribe, ring that bell if you haven't already, stay up to date on everything we be uploading, and of course Patreon for live reactions and other exclusives over there. If I see enough demand, we can do episode 2, but I know this shit's about to be peak. Who the fuck are you? That's a weird face, my guy. Looked like you haven't evolved properly. I love how she acknowledges he's 8-face. Like, it's not just me. That's I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty clever, bro. To the major. Yo! No way, bro. She came in fucking hot. She's like, oh yeah, you think you're a smug son of a bitch? Anyway, boom, bitch, get out the way. Oh yeah, love a good school that makes us chant about how nice it is as we look like prisoners. Nothing nefarious here. Is that cream of paper soup? What the fuck? Bro, we are just trying to get our fucking food back. Yeah, with all that armor, wouldn't you want a helmet too? Like, the most vulnerable part of you is, like, completely exposed. I love that it's silly, but violent. Pop goes the weasel. Oh my god! What type of bullets are we using? 8-face ain't looking too bad when you compare him to him, huh? Holy shit. So the fact that we have not one, but 2 shows from Science Saru that are absolutely cooking to the point that they are the most visually interesting shows of the season. Granted, Kyoto Animation's Sparks of Tomorrow is definitely a close third for me, just because of how beautiful that show is. But the fact that Witch of Mongolia, as well as The Ghost in the Shell, have 2 of the most unique art styles you're going to watch this season. And it's not just like, oh man, the show is held together by the visuals. No, the visuals do a lot of heavy lifting, of course, because anime is a visual medium, so you want them to help amplify the story. But the fact that this is already such an interesting world, and full disclosure, I've only ever seen one thing Ghost in the Shell, and that is the original movie. I actually saw it a little over a year ago. One of my local theaters was having an anime night, they do it all the time, and me and the girl ended up going to see Ghost in the Shell, and it was fucking good. Only thing I've ever seen of it. And I always said, hey, you know, I'll check everything out eventually. But as with most anime, there's not enough time in the day to check everything out. All I know is that supposedly this is the first adaptation of Ghost in the Shell that is seemingly supposed to be a faithful adaptation to the original manga. So, this could be a very interesting discussion. There are going to be people who have grew up on Ghost in the Shell saying, I know what Major looks like. I know how this story looks like. And might push back against seeing things different. Because fuck, I've only ever known the Major for one movie, and this is already a different character than what I was expecting. But I'm excited, because I think if everything is always just the same, even ignoring the fact that this is seemingly a faithful adaptation from what I've been told, I think we should take liberties and change things up and not keep everything the same. If every time we watch a new adaptation or a new style of a story, it's the same thing as something we've already seen before, then what's the point of it? If something turns out bad, we ignore it. And the fact that I can honestly leave this first episode feeling like I watched a movie rather than an episode of TV. Like, this is colorful. I love the contrast. I love how high the contrast is. The colors pop. But the fact that they're not shying away from the brutality. And I remember when the trailer for this dropped, people were talking about how, like, okay, you know, they're clearly going to show everything, which also includes the Major's, sexual fun times that she likes to have. Now, given how some of the blood looked in this episode, some of it was just purely blood splatter across our screen. Other times, it almost had this like mosaic pixelation that had this kind of glitchy effect. Really liked it. I'm not sure how far they'll go in terms of the sexual, but just know, Major gonna be clapping female booty cheeks, and I'm here for it, and I hope she fucking does. The thing is like, just watching a story where Buddy and company are up to nefarious things where children are being absolutely tortured, and we come in and blast bro's legs off, and he thinks that's going to be the end of it, only for us to say, actually, you've been committing quite a few crimes, you're getting your ass locked up. It was very, very satisfying, because this was a very fucked up story. So this is what the kids are eating. I honestly don't know what I'm looking at. On one hand, I want to say it's just water, but there's no way. It looks like paper mache, and that's what they're supposed to eat. And all these kids are, like, they have to perform. They have to say, thank you for this delicious meal. Thank you for treating us so well. Thank you for every bit of bullshit. Oh, a kid stole your fucking bowl of nothing? and you try to get it back, you get electrocuted. This is a very horrible, horrible place. And despite the very colorful aesthetic, I like the fact that scenes like these should still show you that the character designs, despite this being a very colorful show, have the ability to be absolutely disgusting and horrifying. And they did a really great job just showcasing the brutal reality of what this world's capable of. Like seeing a child electrocuted on a table as the others, for the most part, continue to eat because, of course, they're starving. I mean, we can't fucking sacrifice our food time. And the fact that after this happened, everyone had to stop eating. The little details like those go a long way to immediately make you understand the gravity of the situation and why stuff like this needs to go away. The technological side of the world too. I mean, Ghost in the Shell is all about technology, right? I love the fact that you immediately get to understand the implants and stuff. Like, anyone who's played Cyberpunk, right, is gonna love this show. It's, like, obviously Cyberpunk probably took inspiration from Ghost in the Shell for being 100% real. But the fact that this show can simultaneously look like something pulled from the 80s or 90s, but also clearly a modern take. Like, honestly, sometimes the character models reminded me of B&A from Studio Trigger, but, like, there's something about looking at the technology and the computer screens and everything like that that just makes it feel like an 80s or 90s anime. So it still kind of feels like the old Ghost in the Shell, but obviously the character designs feel so modern and fresh and interesting. I think this is going to be one of the best shows of the season for sure, and I'm very fucking happy it airs on Tuesdays. I think a lot of people will underestimate how days of the week can very much affect popularity of shows. I feel like anything from Wednesday up till Sunday, it's a coin toss if you're going to be discussed. Thankfully, Mondays and Tuesday are a little weaker, so it allows for certain shows like this, because you can make an argument. Ghost in the Shell, one of the biggest properties of all time, doesn't matter. Anime fans are nothing if not sheep, and I think this show will get slept on. And I think a lot of people will be busy talking about whatever titties of the season are up for debate, and I think this one's worth your time and attention. Whether or not you've seen Ghost in the Shell before, whether or not you've seen everything Ghost in the Shell before, or literally nothing at all, I think this show will have something for everyone. I'm sure there will be some pushback among people who think Ghost in the Shell is a certain way because of how the anime was up to this point, and they'll be surprised by how maybe this show operates. But I think if you give it your time and attention and let it give its time to cook, you're going to see something that's new and different and unique. And it doesn't matter if, oh, this was an accurate representation of the source material. If anime fans are used to a show existing as one thing, they are naturally going to be surprised if it looks different. For me, I think Ghost in the Shell, the property, could exist in many different forms, and I think this is going to be one of, if not the best form it's probably ever existed. Like I say, I am newer to Ghost in the Shell than most, but it doesn't change the fact that this shit's cooking. It 100% is. You can let me know your thoughts and feelings down below, whether if you're an old school fan of Ghost in the Shell, newer like myself, or something in between. Let me know your thoughts, and if you want more videos on the channel, do let me know. Leave a like, share your support those, subscribe, ring that bell if you haven't already, and either way, I'm going to be covering this one every single week over on Patreon. Hey, if you're already over on my Patreon, I'll give you a video shout out too, because my patrons are what make these YouTube videos even possible to begin with. So today we got Renee Villarreal, Second City Kyle, Black Cat 19, Nick Howard, DYR, Izzy Zombie, Jacob McCarthy, Divine Tank, and we also have True Demon Lord. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. You have a good one.